Всем привет! Today I decided to tell you which countries I love the most, which languages I love the most, and which countries I would love to visit when the sanctions are over. I hope one day it happen and I will be able to travel again. So let's begin. I just put my micro a bit closer. Yes, like this. So first of all, about languages. I really love Spanish. I don't know Spanish, but I love it so much. I think it's the most beautiful language of ever. And recently I also heard Portuguese, and it's not like Spanish, but in some ways it felt a bit similar to me, and I also loved Portuguese very much. From Spanish words, I know Buenas noches, Buenos dias, gracias, hola, unos, dos, tres, cuatro, maybe something else, but I don't remember now. I think I know something else. I know different songs in Spanish, and I know some words from the like me gusta. I like. What else? Tu, me gustas tu. I like you. I remember that from the song. So yes, something like this. Maybe I will remember something else. Also, after Spanish, I love German very much, and I know German a little bit. I can speak at least. I don't know, many people, they don't find German language beautiful, but I like it very much, and some people think that it's rude, but I don't know, I even love its rudeness in some way. I don't know, for me it sounds really pleasant for my hearing, and well, I can speak German, so I think I am not going to say some words. I can just speak. Ich kann sagen, das Wetter heute ist super schön, aber es ist kalt, wie es immer in Russland am Winter Schnee geht, aber and something else. I can speak, but I need to think better when I speak, and that's because I have no practice and I have to think a lot when I'm speaking. What else? I very love Japanese language. I love hearing it, and recently I watched a Japanese movie. By the way, I can write which kind of movie. And I usually watch movies in their native language with the subtitles, and I watched this movie in Japanese, and it was such a pleasure for me to listen Japanese language. I don't know if I would be able to learn it. I don't want, because I don't need it for anything. I don't see the reason to learn languages when you don't have to use them, because then you will just forget them all the time, like I have with German right now. I don't need it anywhere, and that's a big problem. How to practice it, and for what, actually, because it takes your time, your energy, but you don't understand why do you need it. So that's the thing, and I really wish to visit Japan one day. That would be super cool. I learn a lot about Japanese culture, and in some ways it's strange, of course, for a Western person, but in many things I feel very close for this culture, and that's cool. It would be very nice to watch all this inside, in the country, from inside, I mean. I even would love maybe to live there for, well, first of all, I would love to visit it, and if I like it, it would be really cool to live there for some period of time, to visit different cities. Now I just walked there with Google Maps or something like this, and I love it even on Google Maps when I walk. So something like this. I love Polish language too. For me, as for Russian-speaking person, that sounds really cool and nice. I really love it, and I understand it a little bit. Not 100%, but something I can. Mostly when I read. When they speak, it's difficult, but when it's written, I can understand something in very very general way. Some words they are very far, but I can guess them. And the same way I love Ukrainian very much and Belarusian languages, because also for me, as for a Russian-speaking person, not for me, for Russian-speaking people, these languages sounds very in very interesting way. You understand everything, but the words they are a bit different, and sometimes they sound very interesting. And I know that some Russians they can watch movies in Ukrainian or TV shows because that's very interesting. You understand everything, but it's like a language you understand, but it's different. So it's cool. It's really cool. And the grammar is, if I'm not mistaken, the grammar is the same too. So just the words and some letters are different. What else? I love Irish language. I can't hear it very often, but I heard it and I really loved it. It sounds cool. I was a bit upset because some time ago I wanted to listen it in Google Translator. I translated some word and I wanted to listen how it's pronounced, but there was no sounding for Irish language, and I was a bit surprised with that because I thought that Irish language is not something so unknown. So I think that's my top of languages, which I really like. If I had a reason why I would learn them, to speak them better or just to speak them. And now about countries I'd love to visit. I really, really wish to visit them. I really love traveling, and that's my big dream to visit these places. Well, I already said Japan. I would like to drive all the country, not just one place or something. I really would love to visit Alaska because, as far as I know, the nature there is quite beautiful. There was a time even when I wanted to live there. For example, if we moved in USA, I wanted to live from all the states. I wanted to live in Alaska because the climate is suitable for me because it's like my mother climate. I'm okay with that. It's okay for me. When I read about it and people wrote something like, "Oh, there is no sun half a year. There is no sun and it's cold," and I was like, "What's the problem? I live like that all my life." But I decided that it's not really suitable for me because I want to live nearby the sea, and there were no suitable city for me nearby the not Gulf but sea, and not tiny small town. So at least I would love to live not in a really tiny place. So I think that that's not really suitable for me, not because of the climate or weather or something like this, but because of the different reasons. I'd love to visit New Zealand very much, but recently I saw the landscapes of Ireland, and I thought that they are as well beautiful as in New Zealand. And maybe if New Zealand will be too far for me, I want to go to Ireland, and I think that would be quite cool. I want to visit USA. And I would love to visit different states and different cities. I would like to drive them by car or not by car. Anyway, I think that would be very interesting and very cool. I've already been in Great Britain, but I'd love to visit it one more time, to visit more cities, more places. Yes, that would be wonderful, I guess. I want to visit Madeira very much. That's a Portuguese island, and I really adore the pictures I saw, and I also watched it in Google Maps, and that would be quite cool. And also Azore Islands. Also, it's also Portuguese islands, and yes, that also I wish to visit them. And maybe something else, but now I forgot. These are the main places I would love to visit. Also, in Russia, there are places in Russia which I would love to visit. For example, Kamchatka Island with volcanoes and ocean, or Sakhalin Island also with ocean and maybe with volcanoes too. And this part there, which is on the far west, far east, sorry, but it's very expensive, and these regions are not really developed, so it will be expensive, but the services won't be good there at the same time. And sometimes, even now, it's cheaper to go abroad than to travel inside of the Russia, unfortunately. What else? Also, where I already been, I visited the best place I visited was England, UK. I mean, I've been there 4 times, and all the times were cool. When I was younger, when I was a teenager, I wished to live in UK. I love the culture very much, and I love British accent. Many people complain that they don't understand British accent. So do I, actually. When I watch movies in English with British accent, I don't understand maybe 50% of what they are saying, but it sounds so aristocratic maybe, and I find it quite cool. So that's, and on the second place, I would separate it. The second place is Germany and Hungary. Both of these countries are super peaceful, quiet. And by the way, in Germany, there were the best museums in my life. I visited the best museums in Germany. They are really cool, and for one of the reasons, I choose my profession with as a guide, because I visited museums in Germany, and I thought, wow, it's super cool. You can educate people, you can show people something interesting, but it's not like in school. You can make it better in some better and interactive way, and not like lessons. So something like this. Also, I visited Finland, because Finland is close to Russia, and it is north also. As I told before, I had many relatives. I have many relatives in Finland, and some part of me is Finnish. I visited, what else? Well, I visited many times Turkey, because many Russians go to Turkey as for the sea, for the sea tourism, but also not only for sea. Egypt, Tunisia. I visited Israel 2 times. I visited China once, but I was a kid, and I visited an island, Hainan. Yes, Hainan. That was the first place. I mean, furthest place I visited. The flight was about 10 hours. I visited Belgium, but it was just a 1-day trip. I visited Czech Republic twice. I visited Austria, Wien and Salzburg in Austria. I also visited Spain. I loved very much the museum of Salvador Dali, and I loved the sea in Spain, and beaches. Yeah, that was, and jamon, and yeah, that was also really interesting. I also visited Bulgaria, and I guess probably that's it. Oh no, I visited Greece, the Rhodes Island, and yes, now I think that's it. I don't remember anything else, so maybe I will remember something, but not now. So I hope that was interesting for you, and thank you for watching, and пока-пока.